National VIPS, President and Commander-in-Chief, Armed Forces in the Philippines, His Rodrigo Roa Duterte. Secretary of National Defense, Honorable Delfin Negrilio Lorenzana. Military VIPS, Chief of Staff, Armed Forces in the Philippines, General Andres C. Centino, Armed Forces in the Philippines. Commander General, Philippine Army, General Romeo S. Browner Jr., Armed Forces in the Philippines. Commander RSCOM, Major General Fernando V. Filipe, Philippine Army. Group Commander 9th RCDG, Colonel Patricio S. Tomales, Infantry, GSC, Philippine Army. CO 902nd, Sambuga del Norte, CDC, Major Eladio V. Lamantas, CE, Philippine Army. President J.R. Misio System, Dr. Delinda R. Laput, NSTP Director, Dr. Raycol G. Daymil, NSTB Unit Head, Dr. Noel G. Lupicelio. Commandant Jeremy Siu, Army RTC Unit, Major Eladio V. Lumantas, CE Philippine Army. Assistant Commandant, Second Lieutenant Nicanor B. Obnimaga, Reserve Philippine Army. Chief Clerk, Captain Roderick C. Acoimo, Infantry Philippine Army. Tactical Officer, Captain Cesar C. Bala, Reserve Philippine Army. And Second Lieutenant Joey Peter M. Villaros, Reserve Philippine Army. Senior Private John Ray P. Valladares, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Jubin Ray E. Sakal, Reserve Philippine Army. Private John Fritz C. Cuenca, Reserve Philippine Army. Private John Paul P. Yorong, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Michelle B. Andicoy, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Van Lester I. Pangasinan, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Mark Jill S. Lagamon, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Gleisel Faith D. Carino, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Glyza Claire C. Canoog, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Jocelyn Elopre, Reserve Philippine Army. Private Maybell B. Senkay, Reserve Philippine Army. BDE Corps Commander, Cadet Colonel G.P. Montedramas, RTC First Class. EXO Disciplinary Officers, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Roderick L. Cadornari, RTC First Class. BDA S1 Adjutant Officers, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Blaise T. Manlupig, RTC First Class. BDE S2 Intelligent Officers, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ronel V. Bailon, RTC First Class. BDE S3 Operation Officers, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ramel P. Samson, RTC First Class. BDS 4 Logistic Officer, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Sheila May P. Azores, R2C First Class. BDES Civil Liaison, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jamaica S. Lagudas, RTC First Class. First BN Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Jumari T. Usabel, RTC First Class. Second BN Commander, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel J. Ford C. Ferrigura, RTC First Class. BN S1 Adjutant, Cadet Major John Mark T. Clemenia, RTC First Class. BN Second S2 Intelligent, Cadet Major Kathleen Rose E. Apa, RTC First Class. BN S3 Operations, Cadet Major Jericho T. Usabel, RTC First Class. BN S4 Logistic, Cadet Major Maalona Jane B. Alfon, RTC First Class. BNS 7 Liaison, Cadet Major Chinley R. Silva, RTC First Class. Second BN EXO Disciplinary, Cadet Major Brian P. Banuel Los, RTC First Class. BNS 1 Adjutant, Cadet Major Rubilin B. Magnawong, RTC First Class. BNS 4 Intelligence, Cadet Major Hansel D. Zosobrado, RTC First Class. BNS 3 Operations, Cadet Major Raymark O. Lakay, RTC First Class. BNS 4 Logistic, Cadet Major Mary J. C. Maghinay, ROTC First Class. BN S7 Layason, Cadet Major Ruela Bernadette B. Kinlog, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Mary Chris A. Lidama, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Aaron G. Kalasang, ROTC First Class. Cadet Major Stephen J. F. Taclead, RTC First Class. Cadet Major Juvenal P. Catilok, RTC First Class. Cadet Major Christian G. Sardani, RTC First Class. Cadet Major Arian Faye N. Palangan, RTC First Class. Cadet Major BB Janela G. Cañete, RTC First Class. Cadet Major Gino A. Carbonilla, RTC First Class. Cadet Major Kent O. Dampayla, RTC First Class. Cadet Major Raymond S. Ano, RTC First Class. Cadet Major Brittany D. Agit, RTC First Class. Cadet Major Rickman V. Cabanag, RTC First Class. Cadet Major Mark Jane L. Proceso, RTC First Class. Cadet Captain Lester V. D. Ikaw, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Richard S. Zomaras, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Joseph P. Meral, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Erwin T. Palomares, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Aurelio L. Flores Jr., RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Kent Roy F. Maghane, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Rowan Vincent A. Sumanduran, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Jefferson N. Makiling, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Blaze Jason H. Iting, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain May Angel S. Conato, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Raymar B. Bimos, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain June Kenneth B. Desierdo, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Jonathan D. Gumanad, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Kevin M. Delicano, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Lin Chi Kyle S. Abapu, RTC Second Class. Cadet Captain Lovely Jane T. Maginsay, RTC Second Class. Military Professionalism. Men who adopt the profession of arms submit their own free will to the law of perpetual constraints of their own accords. They reject their right to live where they choose, to say what they think, to dress as they like. From the moment they become soldiers, it needs but an order to settle them in this place, to move them to that, to separate them from their families and dislocate their normal lives. In the world of command, they must rise, march, run, endure bad weather, and go out without sleep or food. Be isolated in some distant post, work until they drop. They have keys to be the master of their own fate. If they drop on their tracks, their ashes shall be scattered in the four winds. That is all part of the parcel of their job. Pledge of loyalty. If you work for a man, in heaven's name, work for him, speak well of him, and stand by the institution that he presents. Remember, an ounce of loyalty is worth a pound of cleverness. If you must growl, condemn, and internally find fault, why not resign your positions? And when you are in the outside, damn to your hearts, content is, but as long as you are part of this institution, do not condemn it. If you do, the first high wind that comes along will blow you away, and probably you'll never know why. Military courtesy, an act of politeness, civility, and respect that a personnel in a military organization accords to one another. Military discipline. It is a state of order and obedience existing within a command. Military leadership. It is the process of influencing men in such a manner as to accomplish the mission. Military secrecy. What you see, what you hear. When you leave it here. Salute is the highest form of courtesy.